Hi, I'm Mark Bryant with the season preview series for Big South Basketball 2023-24. Very happy to have right now head coach of UNC Asheville, Mike Morrell. Mike, thank you for the time.
Yep.
Coach, now, last year, could it be better? Big South champions and a tremendous successful year. Just briefly, if you can, encapsulate what that season was like and what, if anything, can you take from that year into this year?
Yeah, it was a special year. School record for wins, 16-2 in the Big South. Just a culmination of a lot of hard work from a lot of our players who had been there, and then we added some new guys on that team last year that really I think catapulted us into a place where UNC Asheville's been a lot of times previous to when I got here, which is back towards the top of the league. So. Just a special year. It was an off season of which there was a lot of reflection. But now that you're into this new year, into this new team, not a lot of reminiscing, quite frankly. But it doesn't take anything away from last year and the specialness of that. We're gonna take some of the things that we learned from last year, but we're on to next year right now.
Well, let's talking about the year ahead. You have a target on you, your preseason favorite for the league this year. What's your early evaluation of the squad, and what are you emphasizing to them during this preseason?
Nothing really any different than what we usually do. Our goal has never been about trophies or championships or banners. It's just trying to be better today than we were yesterday, and then trying to be better tomorrow than we were today. And if you can do that, then that's what incremental growth looks like. So that was the goal last year. That's the goal this year. We've got 8 of I think our top 10 back from last year. So we've got guys who understand what winning looks like, but the success that we had last year has absolutely nothing to do with the success that we're trying to have this year. So it's a good team, it's a deep team, but like you said, I'm sure there's going to be an enormous target on our back.
Well, one thing you have on your side is you've got Big South Player of the Year. Drew Pember is back after having a phenomenal season. What, if anything, can he progress in this year? Where can he get better?
Yeah, well, he's had 2 really, really good years in this league. He's been Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row. Last year was obviously one of which was a lot of notoriety for him, but he had a good year 2 years ago. And so I think a lot of the success he had early on allowed him to grow into last year. And so, a lot of people ask that where can he get better? Everywhere. He needs to get better everywhere. And that's the special thing about him is he really enjoys being coached. He wants to be coached. He kind of yearns to be coached, and when he doesn't get coached the way he wants it, then he asks for it. And so that's really the uniqueness about Drew. Is just he's a sponge. He really wants to grow. He wants to be a coach after he's done playing. He epitomizes that as a player. So, a lot of people talk about threes and all the things that he can do offensively and defensively. But the thing that we talk about are all the areas that he can grow in. So he's a special player, arguably one of the best that's ever played in this league. But he's got a long way to go, to get to where he wants to go and for our team to get where they want to go.
Well, and obviously he's never going to have to do it all by himself. So who else is really the ones we need to look at in terms of carrying offensive load for the Bulldogs?
Well, we returned 4 starters. So, Caleb Burgess, Nick McMullen, and Fletcher Avey are guys that started for us almost every game last year. So those guys are back. So obviously those 3 are there. Trent Stephanie and Doc Battle were guys who have been with me going on their 5th year. So they have started a ton of games for us in the past as well. So those are veteran guys that understand what we're trying to do, both in the Big South, but also just for our team overall. And then we've got some new guys that we're really excited about. Josh Banks from VCU, Greg Gant from NC State, Evan Johnson from Georgia State are guys who've got a chance to really impact our team, but you never really know till the lights come on. And so November the 7th is coming quick, but thankfully it's not tomorrow.
Well, you got a lot of games ahead of you. You have a 15-game non-conference schedule. That includes a tournament in Montreal. What are some of the notable opponents, perhaps especially the ones coming to Asheville, that we can look forward to this year?
Well, we open up with Michigan, which obviously is quite a test to open your year up. Our first home game at home is UNC Wilmington, which is a really, really good program who's won, tons of games the last few years. We're on the road at UAB and play Auburn in Huntsville. We got a series with Appalachian State now, Kennesaw State, just teams with a lot of success. So our schedule, because of the year we had last year, is extremely challenging. I think comparatively speaking to the non-conference schedule we had last year, I think it's about 20 spots in the net higher than the average teams that we had the year before, which means it's going to be extremely challenging. So, but it gets you ready for the Big South. We'll take it one game at a time, and we'll enjoy it.
We look forward to seeing the Bulldogs take on that schedule. We wish you and everyone at UNC Asheville the best of luck. And we thank you for watching another of our previews for the Big South basketball season of 2023-24.